50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, on a Thursday, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 597. Today is Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Apologize for yesterday's scheduling thing that was on me, but kid, how you doing? How's your week been going? All right.
Week been great so far. Started off wonderfully Monday night, as you know. Was able to go to sleep at halftime comfortably, so that was good. So far been a great week. Looking forward to an absolute banger. Well, hopefully. Yeah. Wait, the over-under's at 54.5. Vegas is telling you it's going to be a banger.
Which I actually disagree with, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, week's been pretty good. They said snow, kid. No snow, actually.
Cat. Anytime, not to go like anytime like the governor or politician tells you, oh, it's gonna snow, expect the opposite.
They put a state of emergency. We got rain.
Yeah, every time they say a state of emergency, all we get is rain. So when they say, oh, expect light snow, now I'm expecting heavy snow.
By the way, it is cold. It's in the 30s here in the Northeast. It's getting a little cold.
Brick.
Yeah, it's cold, especially with the wind chill. It gets kind of cold. Especially, we're up early in the morning. I know you send me Instagram DMs for videos around like 4:35 in the morning. I'm sitting there like, God damn, you're up early.
I'm in the office at that time.
Yeah,
right?
So I could just imagine when you're up, how cold it is. But I've been kind of growing the hair out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't gotten a cut in like 2 months.
Bro, I just got a cut yesterday, but before that, I wanted to get a cut before Thanksgiving. Couldn't work in too much. I'm gonna say like a little before Halloween, maybe a month and a half, maybe my girl's birthday, early October.
Now,
something
does your
like
girlfriend like the longer hair or prefer shorter?
She prefer. She just want to have enough so she could play with my hair.
Oh,
Too much info. Yeah.
But
she liked the scruffle.
Much.
She liked the scruff. I said, hell no.
Yeah, no.
I like the clean.
Sophia loves long hair. I'm just sitting there like, I've never had this long hair, so I'm trying to like get accustomed to it.
Nah, you gotta get the Rick Pitino, Dale. You got the Rick Pitino.
I gotta hit up. I gotta hit up the Italian side. Be like, hey, brother, what barber you go to?
Yeah,
I
just
need
comb
some
it
style.
back, put some gel. You know.
You know what they said? Speaking of gel, they said the more product you use, the less likelihood you'll get lice. Because I was just putting water in because I was like, nah, I don't want all this product in my hair. I want it kind of natural.
Well, it makes sense because you don't know what's in the product, and it might just be a whole lot of bullshit, but also things that is
repel the lice
that kills it instantly.
Yeah. So naturally, last few weeks I've been putting more product in the hair because I don't want lice. So yeah. So there's 3 minutes on lice talk. All right, we got a great episode. We'll recap Sunday Night Football and Monday night, Week 13 Power Rankings. We have a new number one.
I'm curious to see who, though. I'm curious.
It's no surprise. We'll talk about Thursday Night Football, Cowboys and Lions. Hey, kid, probably elimination game. Loser probably out. We'll talk about that. We got picks on the side, total, and player props. Thursday in the NBA, we got 5 games. I want to talk a little Giannis, too. Yes, it's getting spicy in Milwaukee. And then I got 2. There's only actually like 9 or 10 college games today. Very small slate, but I do have 10.
Good. You lock in.
Yeah, no, it is good. I have 2 plays for you later in the show. But we'll start Sunday Night Football. And the teaser hits, baby, by 1. It took overtime, but the Broncos do win. They don't cover 27-26. Real quick, why is Chris Collinsworth saying Marcus Mariota? That shit pissed me off so much. You have no idea.
I'm not going to hold you. I had no problem with it. Yeah, is he pronouncing it right?
No.
No, but who cares? To me, he had a little pizzazz on it. So shout out Chris Collinsworth. Keep doing what you're doing. Maybe tone it down just a tad, but I ain't mad at it.
He's just like a strong guy I dislike. He's a very unlikable guy. Like
Well,
Al Michaels is a legend, but
well,
like even Kurt Herbstreit. I'm not gonna lie, him on Thursday night because he's a
I like
college
Kirk.
guy.
Yeah, but I like Kirk. Kirk is good.
You haven't played the NFL. You played D1, but you didn't play the NFL. I don't want to hear you on Thursday night. I'm sorry. Like, stick to college. You don't see college guys coming into the NFL. Like him, those are the two guys I really dislike. I don't like Chris Collinsworth, and I don't like Kurt Herbstreit in NFL, but in college I don't mind Kurt Herbstreit. Be honest. So yeah, I thought that first I had to say that the Marcus Mariota, that shit is
Yeah.
but Redskins ran the ball well. Zach Ertz, I mean, he transformed into old Zach Ertz. 10 catches, over 100 yards. It was good to see Terry McLaurin back out there. He had a touchdown. He had 96 yards as well. It was surprising how, I guess, effectively the Redskins were able to move the ball on this defense with a backup quarterback. And I think Jaden Daniels wins this game. I am still worried about this offense for the Broncos because they very easily could have lost this game. Outside of the first half, they really didn't do anything. I didn't think they ran the ball well. And outside of Evan Ingram, Cortland Sutton had the touchdown, but outside of that, they really weren't able to throw the ball. Yeah, he threw for 321, but it was all over the place. You had about 10, 11 guys make a catch for the Broncos. So yes, they're 10-2, kid, but I still worry about that offense. I'm still a believer. I want that on the record.
Yeah, I think not for nothing, Bo Nix had himself a pretty good day. Not for nothing. Yes, I'm still a little concerned about the offense with the Broncos still, but one thing I can honestly say is they showed up in the first half. They went scoreless in the fourth quarter, possibly for the first time all year. So, tough spot, Sunday night stage on the road. I think Commanders, and not for them, Marcus Mariota honestly balled too. I didn't like the fact that he had 50 dropbacks, 50 pass attempts, but 294, two tutties on the same. He threw the pick, led the team in rushing. Like you said, Zach Ertz had a monster game. Debo 60 plus yards. Terry had his biggest game of the season possibly. So I like what I saw from Washington Commanders offense. For Denver, I feel like the defense kind of fell asleep a little bit in the second half. Yes, they answered for the game-winning touchdown at the end, but still skeptical about this Broncos team. Is that defense for real? Is that a Super Bowl contending defense? Absolutely. Is the offense and Bo Nix, can they pull it together against a playoff team? We saw them against Kansas City just a couple weeks ago at home, take care of business. But this is the same team that lost that won 10-7 against the Raiders. So is it times where they look elite? The defense is we don't question their defense. It's because it's their offense.
Yeah.
This game didn't answer any questions in my opinion, but it was good to see. I got to give him credit for showing up in the first half. For Washington, like I said, I think Marcus Mariota played as well as you wanted him to do. The defense ain't that great in Washington, let's just be honest. Shout out Dan Quinn. I still think he's a solid head coach, but defense ain't much there. So give Denver the credit. Win is a win, but we're still not impressed by it. Shockingly, a 10-2 Denver team.
Yeah, 10-2. I think that you guys have the 1 seed right now between you and the Broncos. And that's the thing. Like those
and they
are
got a shot to tie next week because we're on a bye.
Yeah, you guys are on a bye. Exactly. So we'll see what happens there. And I know that I heard reports after the game. I know he was in the box for Sunday Night Football, but why even bring Jaden Daniels back at this point? They're not going to the playoffs. The season's done. Let Marcus Mariota play out, be fully healthy, get a top 10 pick. I understand that's not what the fan base wants, but like coming from a guy who's always in the top 10, like we eventually got to get one of those picks. You don't want to play yourself out because, like I said, Jaden Daniels wins this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Jaden Daniels put up points in the first, and hey, they win this game in regulation. So, I personally wouldn't bring him back, but hey, who am I?
Because
I
there are
was
reports after the game that said he's trending to playing this week, which I just think is
it,
stupid in my
the,
opinion.
put it like this: if the team is giving him the option, like let's just say he's 100% healthy, right,
He's gonna play.
and he wants to play,
Yeah, I know
why
that.
like why would you not let him play? Now,
Mhm.
if you're advising him not to, and he wants to play otherwise, I understand it might be a little conflict there because you want to protect your future franchise quarterback. In my opinion, I would not let him play. But if the kid wants to play in the front office, uh, is not restricting him, let him play.
This week they are on the road against JJ McCarthy and that defense. So
Winnable game if he plays. Honestly, it's a winnable game with Mariota.
the defense, maybe Brian Flores got something going, but
Is JJ
yeah.
starting or is it Bro with the 4 picks?
I mean, let's be honest. Everyone was talking about JJ. JJ looking good after that. That was a
I,
great performance from JJ.
he's better. He's better.
That ain't
That's
saying
all.
much.
That ain't saying much.
Let's go to Monday night. The 11-2
Who?
New England Patriots. That is 10 in
Ooh.
a row. 33-15. Game goes over the total. You cover what was it, 7.5 points.
Yeah.
Drake May still not in the 300 club, but 24 for 30. What?
No need.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. No need. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 3 times, but they ran the ball well with Ramondre Stevenson. He's getting more touches, I'm starting to see. Travion Henderson, Hunter Henry, big game. Kayshon Boutte had the touchdown, so did Kyle Williams. But overall, they put it on him. The game was over at halftime, if I'm being honest. Thoughts on the legal hit?
It was a clean hit. Oh my God, Jackson Dart has to be better at protecting himself. I don't want to add on because everybody heard everybody during the week, but
They didn't hear you though.
he needs to learn how to either one avoid hits or just get down. I understand you're young. You think you can take every hit. You want to get the first down, but at the end of the day, you gotta look towards the future. You already had 2 concussions this year. This is your first game back from from a concussion, and in the first quarter, I think the second drive, you went head on with a linebacker. So
I think it looked worse because he got cleated. Like his feet went
no,
up in
but
the air.
that's what I mean. He didn't even brace himself.
No.
Like if you brace yourself, Dale, you're not going to go flying 7 feet to the right.
And it's also like you're not Big Ben. You're not Josh Allen. Like you don't have a huge body frame.
You're not Cam Newton. Like don't get me wrong, he is big, but
he's not that big. He's like 6'1", 6'2". He's not that big.
But he's not little. I understand if you're running heads up, towards a corner that's like 207, but you're going up against a full speed linebacker. He sent you flying. So Jackson Dart, just protect yourself. Now to my Patriots, still. For the first half of football, I understand there's people questioning our schedule. For the first half of the football, was against the Giants, but did we not look like a Super Bowl contending team in the first half? We look great. Defense, offense, special teams, all levels of the game. We look great. Drake May, another damn near perfect game. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, by the way. 282, 2 tutties, no turnovers. He got sacked 3 times. Shout out the Giants front 7. We all know it's pretty good. 120 on the ground combined. And Dill, what I've been saying for weeks now, every single week there's somebody different on the offense that's contributing. Hunter Henry, this is back to back weeks now for Hunter Henry, but Kyle Williams, another huge touchdown. That was a dime, by the way, from Drake May. Kayshon Boutte, first game back from injury, he got a touchdown. I took Stephon Diggs over. That was dead in the water early on. He only had 3 catches for 26 yards still, and we scored 33 points. The fact that we consistently score 26 or more points without our number one wide receiver constantly going off, to me, that's impressive. The fact that we have a 2-headed monster at the running back, it could be Travion Henderson one week going for 2+ touchdowns. It could be Stevenson the next. To me, that's a great issue to have. So I'm loving everything I'm seeing from the Patriots, and I like the fact that some teams would have looked towards their bye against, a lesser opponent. No disrespect to the New York Giants, and it would have took it easy. Would have came out flat, and that's how I know we're not just greatly coached, but Mike Vrabel was doing a hell of a job.
Oh, a hell of
The
a
the
job.
fact that we came out firing on all cylinders against a 2-10 team, the same week ahead of our bye, proved and showed me we're not just for real. Still, we might make a Super Bowl run this year. So
See, hand up, I was wrong. I think I knew Mike Vrabel's a good coach, and you saw it. I love the vest that said no naps. And that's coming from a nap guy. I love naps, but no naps for him. He changed the culture immediately. And I thought, to be honest, I thought it would be next year or year 3 that you would be this good.
yeah,
Did not expect it. I think
like
offensive
I would,
coordinator Josh McDaniel, excuse me. He deserves a lot of credit for the development of Drake May in year 2.
and the
Now,
offense.
and the offense. And obviously, people are going to be like, oh, just kind of like what Brian Dable did with Josh Allen. He's going to get head coaching offers, but stay in New England. We already saw you as a head coach. We don't want to see that anymore, to be honest. Yeah, I thought it was a hell of a performance. You're heading into your bye. You're getting healthy now. The defense was playing good. We go over with Drake May, passing yards hits. What are you going to say?
And after the bye week, we're at home against Buffalo. I think if we win that game, we might just lock up the division because we'll be 2-0.
The division's locked up.
No, we lose.
It's locked up, bro.
I'm not gonna say it's locked up, but I like our chances, right?
Oh
I love our chances,
bro.
Milton should be back for Buffalo. Getting rested, getting a week to prepare for Buffalo. Still, I'm telling you right now, we don't need to. If we could just win the game, I don't care about no spread. I don't care about this. If we could just win that game, the AFC has to come through Foxborough. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, you guys are like the heavy favorite to come out of the division. It's you guys won the division. That's fine. We're worried about the 1 seed at this point. My thing, and I wanted to ask you this. So you were right. After the performance on Monday night, Drake May is the favorite now at -130 to win the MVP. Matthew Stafford at +125. I do think it's a 2-man horse. But what I really wanted to ask you, and I think it goes back to what we were talking with Mike Vrabel, coach of the year. I think the easy answer is obviously Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
But what about Ben Johnson? +275. He's had the tougher division, and losses are better. Your 2 losses, bad losses. I'm using a college ranking on you.
Honestly, I'm still shocked we lost week 1. Pittsburgh, I'll take Pittsburgh. The Raiders?
Yeah. And just like I get it, but like, the Patriots, right? You lost to the Raiders week 1. You beat the Dolphins. Then you lose to the Steelers. After the Steelers, you have not lost. You beat the Panthers, who that actually might be a better win than most people think. You blew them out. You beat the Bills on the road. You beat the Browns. You beat the Falcons. You beat the Bucks. You beat the Bengals. Like the only 2 tough games on your schedule is after the bye at home against the Bills, and then on the road at Baltimore.
That's to be honest, right now, that's not as threatening game as it was preseason. Let's just be honest. The Baltimore Ravens ain't the same team they are today that we thought. Let's just say the first week of September. So I like our chances. I had that as a loss preseason. I can tell you right now, the New England Patriots will be favorites at the bank. We will be favorites at the bank.
And the 2 losses that the Bears have, the Vikings week 1, shout out JJ McCarthy.
Should have won, but shout out JJ, hell of a 4th quarter.
And the Ravens. Outside of that, this team hasn't lost either. And I could make the argument that they have better win. Oh, they lost to the Lions as well. But I think what it's going to come down to, I think the easy answer, and I think the reason Mike Vrabel is the favorite, it's the win total. He went way over immediately, Mike Vrabel.
I think Ben Johnson, if Mike Vrabel slips up, which I doubt, but let's just say we lose 3 out of the last 4, I think Mike Vrabel should be the coach of the year. I think
It's who's gonna get the 1 seed, in my opinion.
Yeah, but like, for example, if the Broncos end up getting the 1 seed, you think Peyton is gonna be the coach of the year? I don't think so. I think it's a team
I think whoever, like strike that. I think it's whoever finishes higher.
Yeah, between Ben Johnson and
Mike Vrabel, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe if Shane Steichen for the Colts, if he's able to go undefeated for
he's 25 to 1. The third favorite to win, it's Mike Vrabel minus 270, Ben Johnson plus 270, Mike McDonald plus 260. Seahawks, if they win the division,
I think Mike McDonald is right there. And not for that, I understand he probably won to be top 5, but I think Sean McVay deserves some credit.
Yeah, I think the last few weeks kind of slipped them up though a little bit. You know who I wanted, and I have a ticket 50 to 1, which it's 25 to 1 right now, but I don't think he's gonna win. It's Liam Cohen. If he wins the division and he gets a top 3 to 4 seed, he wins 10, 11 games in year 1 with Jacksonville.
He wins 12 games, he's live.
He's live, right?
Yeah, he wins 12 games, he's live.
He's 25 to 1 right now.
Yeah. My 25 to 1 ticket for Kyle Shanahan is out the window.
Let me see what Kyle Shanahan is right now. Kyle Shanahan is 25 to 1. He's 25 to 1. Yeah. So it stayed still.
I'm a double dick.
But yeah, all right. So yeah, I understand. Mike Vrabel is probably what he's done in the first year is just remarkable. So yeah, big win, 11-2. And actually, it's crazy enough. The 2 losses for your Patriots have come at home this year.
Yeah.
So
we're undefeated on the road.
Yeah, which is crazy. And you probably get a home game, which is insane. So all right, kid. Before we get to our rankings, did you see on Tuesday the last 12-team ranking for the college playoffs?
Did I?
Well, I'll let you know. So Ohio State is 1, Indiana is 2. Yeah, they're going to play each other this year, this week.
Yeah,
so whoever winds up winning that obviously wins the Big Ten or the Big Ten. And I even think the loser is still going to get a bye in one of the first 4 seeds. Georgia's 3. They're going to play Alabama this week. Texas Tech.
Question real quick.
Yeah.
If Alabama loses, are they out of the playoffs? I'm asking you.
No, because they already beat Georgia.
They're making that case with 3 losses.
I don't think so, because you even saw this week. Like Alabama right now is the number 9 seed, and they got moved up. They got moved up from last week, and Auburn could have won. Auburn played them pretty well, and if they already beat Georgia, and I think that's what's keeping them in the playoffs. They already beat Georgia at Georgia. Now, if they go and lose, it'd be 1-1. The committee's going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're corrupt to the SEC. They are. So they're going to be in, I think, regardless. I know a lot of people might not think that.
We saw it the first couple of years.
Yeah. Texas A&M, they lost. They got moved down to number 7. I think what it comes down to is Notre Dame or the ACC, because you have Duke, who I said they won, right? Now a 7-5 Duke team is going to play for the ACC championship against Virginia. If Duke wins, ACC is not going to have a team, and that's a Power 5 school. That's insane to me. Where you have Miami, they've beaten almost everyone, which is crazy, and they beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So the reason that they're not is because they're not going to have a conference championship. They're not going to play for. So you move a team in who's not going to play on conference championship weekend. That's also my thing. It's crazy. Texas Tech, they're going to play BYU. Is that even? Do they even like play that game? Meaning, like, do they even try at that point? Because it's like Texas Tech already blew them out. They're in with a bot. They're in even if they lose to BYU. They're at the number 4 seed.
but you want the title. You
Of
play for the title.
course. Yes, and they Texas Tech put the most money in any NIL team this year. That's why they're so fucking good. If Texas Tech winds up putting all that money in and they wind up losing the Big 12 championship, a lot of donors down in big old Texas are gonna be very mad.
Fired.
Yeah, oh yeah, someone's getting fired. So BYU, even though they are 11-1 and the only loss is to Texas Tech, if they lose again, they're out. They're not gonna make it. Oklahoma looks like they're in, and they're not playing for they're not playing for the SEC. You know why? Because they have that win against Alabama.
Big win.
Corrupt.
Nah, it's a big win.
That's a big win. I agree, but it's like, honestly, I feel bad for like Tulane, and I feel bad for James Madison, who, shout out James Madison, 11-1. First time in I think over 30, 40 years, they're ranked in the top 25. They're at number 25. Like they could win the Sun Belt. It's the championship. It's North Texas versus James Madison, and we'll talk about it next week, but or next pod, excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it needs to be expanded. You know, last year.
No, we keep saying this.
No. Last year there was 12, right? And we had 9 teams. So there wasn't enough good teams. Now this year, I think a lot of people could say there's about 15 to 16 good teams.
Yeah, but Dale, if we keep adding teams, we're just going to see horrible games like we saw last year in the first round when it's going to be 53-12. We don't want to see that.
No, I agree. That's why you schedule That's why you schedule all conference games. You don't schedule like Michigan or even Ohio State, my team. That's why you don't schedule a Louisiana Tech. No disrespect to Louisiana Tech, but like you schedule in division games. Play Indiana, play Wisconsin, play Michigan, play all these big time games. There's going to be some parity then, because Vanderbilt, you're not telling me for watching 4 to 5 months of college football, Vanderbilt doesn't belong in the playoffs.
Yeah, to me they're top 10.
At
Top
least. So, and they're not going to make it, and it's unfortunate. They have 2 losses. Notre Dame has 2 losses. Why is Notre Dame in? Because it's better for college football. Get the fuck out of here. I don't buy that shit. Diego Pavia is better for fucking college football. He should be playing in the college. You're telling me that doesn't get rankings? And I'm on my high horse now real quick. Why are championship games being played at Ford Field or Lucas Oil Stadium? Like the Big Ten, Ohio State and Indiana are being played at Lucas Oil Stadium. As an Ohio State fan, I don't even want to watch that. It would draw more and the crowd would be louder and it would look better on TV if it was at the University of Indiana or at the Horseshoe. Give these universities an opportunity to host a college championship, a conference championship, excuse me. You know what I mean? So I think one of the games this weekend, I think it's actually on Friday. Yeah, it's where is it? Yeah, BYU and Texas Tech. I think that's at Ford Field, or Troy and James Madison. One of those games is at Ford Field. They're not going to fill up Ford Field. That's just going to look trash on TV. But imagine a conference championship in the snow in the middle of Virginia in James Madison. That would look amazing on TV. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It'll be live too.
Yeah, I'm just on my high horse. I guess I'm very old school like that, but I don't know. It's a damn shame. I think it should be 16 teams. Back to my thing. I think it should be 16 teams. I think that's like the perfect number.
I'll say let's go a couple years with 12. You know, we went from 4. 4 was too
little. Yeah.
Too little. You know, so I'll say let's test out 12 for at least 5 seasons.
Oh, and
last year wasn't good.
Yeah, and I forgot. Remember when Florida State went undefeated and they lost Jordan Travis? Remember they lost their quarterback and they got penalized?
Yeah.
Why isn't Ole Miss penalized? They lost their head coach. They lost some of their coaches. Lane Kiffin is gone. He's a rat too, by the way. But like, where is the consistency? They fucked over Florida State, and I'm not even a Florida State fan, but But what's right is what right. They should have been in the playoffs that year, and they got fucked over because their quarterback got hurt. Why isn't Ole Miss being penalized? There's no
That I
consistency.
can't answer.
There's
I
just
can't
no
answer.
consistency. It's corruption. They're doing it in our face. I'm sweating. I'm sorry. I got on my high horse.
Nah, I
real
love the
quick.
enthusiasm.
But
I love the enthusiasm.
yeah, no, it's unfortunate. And I shouldn't even care that much. It's because I love college football. But I shouldn't even care because my team's going to have a perfect season. But, like, you know what I mean? The way you're feeling in the NFL is the way I'm feeling in college football. You like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, kid. Let's simmer back down. Let's get into these rankings. But before we do that, quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. I need a fucking Viva right now. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks. So just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching Thursday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid. Week 13 NFL rankings. We have a new #1, but we do not start at #1. I will start it off. I've been starting it off the past few weeks. Let's just keep it with the lead. I had to move this team down. A lot of people are calling them frauds, but I can't call a team a fraud if I never thought they were going to compete for a championship. That's just my opinion. Tough loss last week. I think they're a good team, and I think there's a possibility that they'll make the playoffs. They are slipping. And if they continue to slip, they will slip out of my top 10. The Indianapolis Colts, 8-4. Now, they are 5-0 when Jonathan Taylor has 100 yards or more. But they're just not running the ball well. You know, they've been in close games. I think Daniel Jones has regressed a little bit. He's obviously playing hurt. I just think, you know, they've lost 3 of the last 4. And in those 4 games, Jonathan Taylor's only averaging 63 yards per game. They need to get him moving. I think losing DeForest Buckner kind of hurt their defense. Now they lose Sauce Gardner. That's going to hurt their secondary. We fleeced them in that. So, like, I think this team is slipping a little bit, to be honest. Now, Texans are a good team. I think that would be my sleeper in the AFC. If they get in, their defense is phenomenal. So, right now, they're still a top 10 team, but I don't know for how long.
At number 10, there's a few teams I almost put at 10. You know, I could have went Jacksonville. I could have went Houston, who's been hot defense, playing like a top 5, maybe top 3 defense as of late. I almost put the Dallas Cowboys up in there, Bill. I was like, no. At number 10, give me the Indianapolis Colts. I still got faith in this team. Do I love their chances to win the division? No. Do I like their chances over Jacksonville? Yeah. Daniel Jones, he is playing hurt. We heard his fibula. I don't know if it's exactly what it is, but we know he's dealing with some injury. They got some injuries on the defensive side of the ball now, and I think we know the game plan for the Indianapolis Colts. If you're able to just load up the box, force Daniel Jones and the receivers to beat you, don't let Jonathan Taylor, like you said, 5-0 when he's over 100 yards. If you're able to contain Jonathan Taylor, that's the recipe against the Colts. So Colts need to try a few new things. Like you said, lost 3 out of the last 4 games. Still like their chances, but they're slipping. Give me the Colts at 10.
I moved them up 1. They did win, and this is another guy who I think is the X factor in their team, the Buffalo Bills. Big win on the road against the Steelers, 26-7, and let's call it what it is. This is not a passing attack offense. The Bills' offense is fueled by James Cook, offensive line too. So when they're moving and they're running the ball, they are a good team and hard to beat. I have a tough time believing that could be the case against elite defenses. We saw it early against the, at home against the New England Patriots, who have a really good rush defense. So, in all 4 of Buffalo losses, it's when Cook rushed for fewer than 100 yards. That's it. It's not a coincidence. I think the defense is getting a little better. They're getting healthier. I think that's the thing. So love Josh Allen. Still can't pass the ball at an elite level, this passing attack, but they're going to go as far as James Cook takes them. So they need to get him the ball early and often, in my opinion. I got Buffalo at 9.
At number 9, give me the San Francisco 49ers. I kind of wanted to put them a little higher, but I was like, you know what? That, the competition hasn't been as great. To me, they should have blown out. Maybe not blown out, but they should have won more convincingly over the Browns. I understand they got the turnover late. Brock Purdy hasn't been, let's just say, the Brock Purdy of the last 2 seasons. Is he 100% right now? Maybe not. Do I think he will be within a couple more weeks? Possibly. CMC been playing his lights out. George Kittle, nice to see him back in the lineup. Jennings, hearing a lot of negative things, but it's good to see him out there. Pearslow, I hope he's impactful soon. I like this 49ers team. The only reason I couldn't put them higher is the defense is a little still good. Shockingly, still pretty good. But they're not what they used to be. For now, give me the Niners at number 9.
Do you believe Shelby when he said, I want that known? He's a hoe.
Yeah, I believe it. Not for that, because this is like multiple incidents.
Yeah.
So,
what is he saying that people are punching him in the dick?
He has to get personal. Like, he has to be saying like your wife's name, your mom. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming.
You're assuming.
But I honestly think he's taking personal shots, because it's one thing to be like, yeah, trash, but to get a reaction like some of these players been given or been doing, it has to be personal.
Yeah, I mean, Myles Garrett even came out and said he wasn't raised right.
Yeah, so exactly. We know better than let's talk about somebody's family member.
There's always a line.
Exactly. We know what line as men.
Yeah.
Maybe Jawan Jennings wasn't raised.
Yeah, he wasn't
between those lines.
Yeah, maybe not. What number are we on? We're on number 8. I had to drop him. It's been too much, too often, and I just don't know what to do with this offense. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles at number 8. I had to drop him a little bit. I mean, Saquon Barkley, you know what he's on pace to run this year?
I'm gonna say under 850, 900.
No, he's on pace to rush for 1,045 yards. That's literally half the production from last year when he went for over 2,000 yards. So, yeah, obviously he's facing a lot of stacked boxes on the defense, but offensive line has been terrible outside, and they're only missing Mekhi Becton. That's literally the only difference in that offensive line from last year to this year. So the ground game, it's been a vital piece, and I mean, vandalizing the home of the offensive coordinator has been terrible. Don't do that to my guy. There's lines. Like, you could boo him. Like, if you see him in the grocery store, like,
give him the finger.
Yeah, look at him. But first of all, you should never know your offensive coordinator's address. You're literally looking that up at that point.
Yeah. Bro definitely lived in Jersey. You saw the house?
Yeah, it's in Morristown.
Definitely in Jersey. Yeah.
It's in Morristown. Yeah, he's getting paid good. He living up there. But my thing is, like, what are we doing? As fans, we got to be better. Yes, the offense has dipped since Kellen Moore has left. That's understandable. Jalen Hurts hasn't been the best. The offensive line, I think we've seen reports all year, right? It's the offensive line. It's Saquon. It's the offensive coordinator. It's A.J. Brown.
It's Hurts.
It's hurt. We've heard everything. And you know what I actually thought after they lost to the Bears? I think it's a combination of everything. I think the play calling is high school level. I don't think they could run the ball. I think the offensive line has regressed. And when they listen to A.J. Brown and they get him the ball and he gets his, they lose. I think it's a combination. And I think the one-off, I think the defense is fine. I think Vic Fangio has the boys playing at an elite level. Yes, they ran for over 200 yards. I think that's an anomaly, though. I don't think that will happen again this year. As a betting man, I don't think that will happen again. I think the defense is fine. It's the offense. So until they show me that they're going to figure it out, I had to drop them. And I know it's probably drastic to other people, but I had to drop them, kids. So, yeah, give me the Eagles at number 8.
Might be to other people, but not me. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles at number 8. I'm going to just keep it short and sweet because I think you covered it damn near perfectly, Dale. I'm going to just say this team is missing Kellen Moore a lot. I think Kellen Moore, I think he did get his credit, but people didn't appreciate what he was doing in Philadelphia. I think he did a tremendous job, and they're missing him right now. Saquon is definitely missing him. The offense just hasn't been the same. You know, I understand Lane Johnson's been dealing with the injury on and off throughout the season. He's out right now, but I'm going to give majority of missing Kellen Moore, not having Kellen Moore no more, and I'm going to give some of the blame to Saquon Barkley. Because like you said, he's projected to have half of his production this season. This season, from day one to right now, hasn't been the same Saquon Barkley we saw last season. I understand that might have been one of the greatest seasons of all time from a running back, but you can't even tell me this was the Saquon we saw in New York. This is a Saquon we never saw before. So for now, I still like the Eagles. Don't get me wrong. They should be a top 5 team. But right now they're not playing like one. Give me the Eagles at 8.
Yeah, we also had news about an hour or two ago. Jalen Carter is out for Monday, and he had a procedure done on Monday night on both of his shoulders. He's undergoing treatment. He's undergoing treatment on both shoulders. The team listed him week to week, but he wants to be as close as 100%. And Adam Schefter said this could turn into multiple weeks. They could shut him down for the rest of the season and get him ready for the playoffs. But
that sounds like a IR. You got surgery, bro.
Yeah, he had surgery on both of his shoulders. He had a quote unquote procedure. So he's out for Monday Night Football against the Chargers. But, you know, he's probably one of their best defensive players, if not the best. So Vic Fangio is going to have to scheme something. So another thing this team has to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I wanted to touch on that because that actually just happened. Breaking into the top 10, I can't not put the number 1 seed in. I have to.
All the way at 7.
At 7, yeah, because you know how I feel about them. But I do give them credit. Hey, I was giving them credit. I think Caleb Williams is, it's obviously the Bears at 9-3. I mean, it was probably one of the biggest wins clearly this year for the Bears.
Recent history.
I was about to say recent history for this team. Yeah. Now, Ben Johnson, just like Mike Vrabel, culture changer. Immediately, this team is better. They're believers. Offensive line, what they were able to do. And that's the crazy part. Caleb Williams isn't even having that good of a season. Yeah, he's playing a little better.
He's playing better than he was last year.
Yes, but he's not like, wow, that's the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
you know what they're doing?
He's not playing like Jaden Daniels was last year. He's not playing at the level Drake May is playing at right now.
They're playing smash mouth man fucking football. And I think that's what you got to give it credit. They went into the link, the defending champs, and they punched them in the mouth repeatedly, and they didn't get punched back. That's literally what happened. The defense, they get turnovers, and the defense isn't the best, but they're winning games, something the Bears weren't able to do last year. So they lead the league in in takeaways. They have 26. You know what I mean? They're one of their cornerbacks, Wright, Deshaun Wright, I think his name is. He has 5 interceptions. He has a pick 6 as well. He also has a fumble recovery. So they get turnovers. That's how you win games. I don't know if they're going to get the 1 seed, but this is a playoff team, and I can't not. My list would be illegitimate if they weren't in it. So they have to be. They're at number 7.
I love that last statement from you, Dill.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. I respect it. At number 7, Give me the Green Bay Packers. I finally came around, even though I am a more of a Jordan Love guy than Dylan is. But he was right about this team. The Green Bay Packers. I'm not gonna lie, they look good. They look great. I'm gonna be honest, they look great. Um, don't get me wrong. I still have some questions, but defensively, Micah Parsons, I think he's the first NFL player in NFL history to have 5 straight seasons with 12 plus sacks. He did that in 12 games. That defense is playing at a very high level. Now, if Jordan Love and that offense can keep it up, and let's not forget, Josh Jacobs is not 100% right now. He'll get healthier throughout the season. We saw Wicks have his biggest game. Dobbs is back. If Christian Watson, to me, he's the X factor deal. If Christian Watson could stay healthy for the remainder of the season and throughout the playoffs, hey, watch out for the Packers. Give me the Packers at 7.
I also think, and I'll touch on the Packers in a minute, but I also think they're missing Tucker Kraft. You could see it too in
Wait
their
till he's
offense.
back. Or is he out for the year?
No, he's out for the year. He tore his Achilles. But
yeah.
but yeah, he was balling too this year.
Mm-hmm.
For me, number 7. Yeah. At number 7, I have him a little higher than you.
No, 6.
Yeah.
You're
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Number 6. I have them a little higher than you. I think I think I just believe in them a little more, and I think they could go on a run if they get into the playoffs. The San Francisco 49ers, 9-4. Now, this team is obviously riddled with injuries, but they continue to win. And a guy who I've been impressed with, Sky Moore. He's kind of emerged this past 4 or 5 weeks, and I think he's been a crucial part in Kyle Shanahan's offense. He ranks 5th in the NFL in kick returns. He's averaging 28 yards per kick return and 11th in punt return. He's averaging 13 yards on punt returns as well. So he nearly scored on one of each of those in literally every game this past month. And when they're hurt, I feel like the 49ers need contribution from everyone. They need to make up what they're losing. So I think he could be a pivotal part in this offense down the stretch into the end of the season. But I trust Bob Salah and that defense. Yeah, Brock Purdy, he had some bad games, but he hasn't been 100%. When he plays at 100%, you know how good this kid could be. So I don't tolerate Brock Purdy slander, and I'm subtweeting my boy Ant Torres here because he was saying Mac Jones is better, which I don't believe, but there are people that believe that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mac Jones did go out there and win games. Mac Jones looks better. I mean, when you have Kyle Shanahan, everyone's gonna look better. Let's just call it what it is. But if the narrative for Brock Purdy is accurate, they wouldn't have paid him all this money. That's my theory. They paid him the money because they believe in his ability, and they got him all the way to the Super Bowl. Is that fair?
I could ask you the same thing, and you will disagree if I said Trevor Lawrence. If I replace Brock Purdy with Trevor Lawrence,
Brock Purdy's better than him.
No, I'm not. That's not. I'm just saying. Because
if you put Trevor Lawrence on the 49ers.
Yeah.
I probably would make the same argument, but I would say the turnovers are still an issue for Trevor Lawrence, as opposed to Brock Purdy, where he's only had it like 1 or 2 games where you'd be like, that was a really bad game.
With Brock Purdy, when he turns it over, he turns it over. It's not like he just throws one pick. Okay, no, he has multiple turnovers. He's either going to give you none or 3.
That's fair. But my thing also, what I said when he did throw the 3 picks against the Panthers, at least they're like changing the field possession a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I just believe in them a little more. But, yeah, I got the 49ers at 6.
I like the 49ers a lot. I really do. At number 6, the reason I might have this team a little higher than you, Dill, give me the Buffalo Bills. I hate to say this, as you can see, a Patriots fan. Any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, Josh Allen can and will play. Will be the best quarterback in football. The defense is getting healthier, which I'm a little worried about. You're right about that. The defense is playing better. They're getting healthier. James Cook has been top 3, top 4 running back all year long. Josh Allen is no doubt reigning MVP. He's a top 3 quarterback. Some people make the case he's the best quarterback. At times, he is the best quarterback. And we saw that offense run for over 200 yards on the road with 2 backup offensive linemen. That's the most impressive thing about that game. They did it without All-Pro and Deion Hawkins and the other guard as well. So don't get me wrong, there's a lot of questionable losses with the Buffalo Bills, especially on the road, Miami, Houston. We saw it. But any given Sunday, Josh Allen could put that cape on and be the best player, not just on the field, but in football. For now, give me the Buffalo Bills at 6. Hopefully next week I'm wrong and they're in the bottom. But I can't deny how special Josh Allen can and could be.
All right, kid. For me, sorry, you're kind of lagging, so I didn't know when you were done with your statement.
My
But
fault.
I feel like you're done. If not, I cannot hear you. No, you're good. I hear you now. Number 5, I got him a little higher than you. I know you didn't believe in him the last few weeks, but you and I were texting on Thanksgiving, and I think the X factor in this is Matt LaFleur. I mean, this defense is coming alive, and you know it, and I know it, and I know you don't want to admit it at some points, but he's a hell of a play caller, E. He's a hell of a play caller, and when he's in his,
I've always been a Matt LaFleur guy.
Kid, I'm gonna need you to log in and log out because you're lagging and I can't hear you. But I'll talk during that time. But yeah, and I also think why this team is as high, I think, for me compared to Elvis. 8-3-1, the tie is crazy. But really an X factor for me down the stretch is kind of Jaden Reed. You know, the Packers, they're not getting another receiver anytime soon. And, you know, they're getting back their leading receiver in each of the past 2 seasons. And Jaden Reed, he hasn't played since he broke his collarbone in week 2. He underwent surgery to repair that. He fractured his foot. And, you know, he is expected to return this week. That could really help out this offense who, like I said, missing Tucker Kraft as well. I think this getting a guy like Jaden Reed back is really going to help this offense moving down into the last month of the season. So, yeah, I got the Packers at number 5. I believe in their defense. I think the defense will be fine. Micah Parsons is really honing in to his own as of late. I think Matt LaFleur is calling himself a hell of a game as well. So, yeah, I'm high on the Packers. I think in the NFC right now, that's the thing. I think I don't trust the Eagles, right? I think the Packers should be the 3rd best team in the NFC outside of the Rams, who they just lost to the Panthers, and Seattle, who is emerging right now. And all the analytical guys and all the advanced stats, they're picking Seattle to come out of the NFC. And they think this is the team right now. So I like the Packers. They are in my top 5. We lost Elvis, but we'll get him back as soon as he gets in. We'll see if he goes. It's loading right now. Kid, how are we doing? Can you hear me? Can't hear him or can't see him. That is okay. We'll get him back when he is ready. But, yeah, I'm going to keep it going. For me, number 4, we talked about him earlier. It's going to be the Denver Broncos. I had to put him back 1 just because this team easily could have lost on Sunday Night Football to the Redskins. You know, offense worries me. I think the defense is good. You know, without J.K. Dobbins, he's on injury reserve. You know, Sean Payton in this offense, they're looking towards R.J. Harvey. He's clearly the RB1 right now, and he's a big guy. He's over 200 pounds. no other player at this position for running back is over 200 pounds. He's shown improvement. I think he's good at pass protection. So that should help him get a lot of like third down snaps. But the Broncos need him, to be a really good running back moving forward here in the last month of the season. Kid, can you hear me? Cannot hear you if you're talking. So gonna keep it moving. Yeah, give me the Denver Broncos at number 3. At number 4, excuse me. At number 3, I just talked about him, the Seattle Seahawks. Big win against the Vikings. They shut him out. Revenge spot here for Sam Darnold. And, they acquired Rashid Shaheed last month at the deadline, and the Seahawks have to put him in a good position, maybe receiving punts, maybe punt returning. So, we'll see if the trade is proved to be worthy, but this offense has been good. Shaheed, he only has 73 scrimmage yards on 9 touches in 4 games. He needs the ball a little more, but it's hard when you have the best receiver in the league like JSN. They have a great running game, but yeah, I mean, the defense has to worry about JSN. They have to double him in every game, and you saw that last week. Brian Flores doubled JSN a lot of times. So a guy like Rashid Shaheed needs to get open a little more. So if they do that, I think the offense is really good. Defense is really good as well. Yeah, and I just think this defense has been really good right now. Kid, how we doing?
You hear me?
I hear you you're not on the mic. You're on your
Hold on.
no, you're good, kid. Um yeah, so for me, number 2, I am gonna go. I had to drop them a little bit, but it is gonna be the LA Rams here. They lost last week as a 10-point underdog. I have to drop them a little bit after that. They can't be that big of a favorite in a game and lose and continue to be the number 1 seed. So had to drop them. I still think they're the favorite to come out of the NFC. But, I think Sunday against the Panthers really showed how important this Rams pass rush has been to their success. A guy like Brian Young, he's been really good. He's one of the leaders. At least he has a sack in at least in sacks of their pass rush. He has 10 this season, so he's been really good. He's a 3rd-round pick as well, so he had a little injury right there, but I do think he'll be really good moving forward, and I think this defense will be good. I think the offense will bounce back as well. But yeah, I like the Rams, and at number 1, and it's such a shame that Elvis is not here to be able to hear me talk about his New England Patriots at number 1, 11-2, the best team in the league, definitely in the AFC right now. They just beat the shit out of the New York Giants, 33-15. And with I think it's the defense. I think how good the secondary is. They have a great running defense. Drake May's playing at an MVP level right now. And, losing Milton Williams on IR, ankle sprain for at least the next 2 games, getting a guy like Christian Tonga, he played pretty well, So through the first 9 weeks, the Patriots hadn't allowed a opponent to gain more than 50 yards in the game. But in weeks 10 through 12, Patriots opponents average more than 5 yards per carry. All right, kid, you're back.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I went through
Perfect, but I'm back.
I went through 1 for 5.
All right, cool. All right, at number 5, I apologize for that. This one's a little spicy. Dylan might not agree with it. Give me the Chicago Bears at number 5. I understand some people might disagree. A lot of people might agree. But there's no doubt that the Chicago's Bears has proven they're for real. After what we just saw the performance Friday night Friday evening in Philadelphia, big stage. I think they prove all the doubters that they not might just have a chance to the division. They might have a chance to host a couple playoff games still. Not saying they're gonna win the number one seed, but right now they're currently the number one seed in the NFC. You can't deny their winning record. I understand some people they only got 2 wins against teams 500 or higher. I understand that, people, but you cannot let your eyes fool you. This team just walked into Philadelphia, top 10 defense. Nick Fangio, big there, done that. Jaden Carter and Jaden Phillips in that defense in them and ran down their throat. Ran down their throat. Like you said earlier there, they beat you guys up and didn't do nothing about it. Give me the Chicago Bears at number 5. I'm surprised I'm saying this, by the way. At number 4, couldn't move this team up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, not sorry. Give me the Broncos at 4. Another unimpressive win. A win is a win. I'm not gonna move you up. Yes, you're a top 5 team. Barely. I got you at number 4. I like the Broncos. To me, they should run away with the AFC West. They deserve that title. Let's not forget, people. I picked this team as the dark horse in the preseason. But something's a little fishy with that offense. Do they have time to turn it around? Absolutely. Can they? I don't know about that. Give me the Broncos at number 4. At number 3, give me the Los Angeles Rams. There's one thing to lose, but to be a 10.5 point favorite and lose outright, if you would have lost to, at San Francisco, respectable. You would have lost at Seattle, okay, respectable. You would have lost at Arizona, I understand, divisional opponent. I would have been like, bad loss, but I understand. You lost at Carolina in the rain. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nicole, hell of a catch. Matthew Stafford, you deserve to be the second favorite MVP. You had 2 picks the first 12 weeks of the season. How the hell you have 2 picks against Carolina? So, in my opinion, I think Matthew Stafford, don't get me wrong, he still has a chance to win the MVP, but did he possibly shoot himself on the foot against Carolina? I think so. To me, that was a bad loss. You were a 10.5 point favorite. You lost by 4 against Carolina. Shout out Carolina Panthers. That's another team I should have considered for number 10 after that huge win. But it's the Panthers at the end of the day. At number 2, give me the Seattle Seahawks still. Mike McDonald has done a hell of a job. Uh, he deserves to be second favorite as of right now for Coach of the Year. Jason, number 1 receiver in football. Sammy D, hate him or love him, he's been solid besides that game at Rams. I like the 2-headed running game with Chardonnay and Kenneth Walker. It ain't Trevion Harrison and Ramen Stevenson, but it's pretty damn good. And defensively, I have this defense in one of my fantasy teams. They're number 1. There's no doubt in my mind that's been a tough, on and off top 5 defense, and definitely a top 5 scoring defense this season. Give me Seattle at number 2. And number 1, I heard you speak about them a little bit, though. Give me my New England Patriots at number 1. A dominating win against the New York Giants. Now heading into our bye week. Drake May, favorite to win the MVP. Drake May leads the NFL in passing yards, leads the NFL in completion percentage. We have a top 10 defense. We have the number 1 rush defense in all of football. We are the number 1 seed in the AFC. Dill, give me the New England Patriots, the best record in football at number 1.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I had 5 the Packers, 4 Broncos. I agree. Seattle at 3, Rams at 2, and I had the Patriots at 1.
Yeah,
So,
similar 5. Very
yeah.
similar. I just got Chicago. You got Green Bay. We got a team
Yeah.
in the North. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, kid. Let's get to Thursday night football. Like I said, probably an elimination game here. Winner live for the playoffs. Loser probably done. We will head to Ford Field, a stadium I actually don't like. I don't like domes, if I'm being honest. Football is meant to be played outside. Another old man take, but I don't care. Detroit Lions laying 3.5 here at home, -174 on the money line. Cowboys +3.5, +146 total. Like you said earlier in the episode, high at 54.5. Kid, everybody is on the Cowboys. That is the perfect time to fade them now. I cannot take the Cowboys. I still don't trust their defense. Yes, I'm all right to say Brown is a game time decision. He has not been ruled out. I think he will go, gun to my head. I think he goes tonight. I don't know how effective he'll be, but I don't think they're going to pass the ball. I think they're going to run the hell out of the ball tonight, and that's going to lead to my prop later on. But I think they're just going to control the line of scrimmage. Dak is due to throw an interception. You just look at the price. It's -115 for him to throw an interception. So I think the defense is going to turn him over at home. I think they're going to win a low, ugly scoring game. And you said it's high for a reason. I actually disagree. I probably would take the under as well. So I'm going to be on the home favorite, -3.5 with the Lions. And I actually like the under 54.5, kid. What do you like?
Give me the +3.5 with the Dallas Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. Don't love the fact that 80% of the public is behind me. Do not love that deal. I'll be the first one to admit that. But we cannot deny, since acquiring your boy, Quentin Williams, the Dallas Cowboys defense has been impressive. Has been better than what they were to begin the year, right? Let's just be honest. Defense has been better. Still, Dak Prescott, George Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb, they've been great all year. I think Dak had one or two bad games. I think he leads the NFL in passing yards per game. George Pickens, number 2 leader in the NFL receiving yards. CeeDee Lamb, we all know what he's capable of doing. And not for nothing, Javonte Williams is a top 5 rusher in this league. There's no doubt in my mind the Dallas Cowboys offense is a top 10 offense right now. And let's not forget what's been happening recently to this Detroit Lions defense. 2 weeks ago, Jameis Winston throws for 368. He threw 3 tutties. He caught a tutty. Jordan Love had his best game of the season last week on Thanksgiving at Ford Field. What he had, though, let me put up the numbers real quick, because it was Jordan Love's best game of the season. 31 points, 233, 4 passing touchdowns. Wicks had 2 touchdowns for 94 yards. Who do you think is better, CeeDee Lamb or Wicks? Who do you think is better, George Pickens or Wicks? Christian Watson's 4 catches, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Who do you think is better, CeeDee Lamb or Christian Watson, with all due respect? Who do you think is better, George Pickens or Christian Watson, with all due respect? Tucker, like you said, they're missing Tucker, Kraft Tucker. My boy Jake Ferguson is there. This offense for the Dallas Cowboys is rolling right now. Give me one of the hottest offenses in football. Give me the Dallas Cowboys +3.5. We cannot ignore what the Detroit Lions defense has been looking as of late. 368, 4 touchdowns for Jameis Winston, 4 passing touchdowns last week against Jordan Love, who's been a little shaky throughout the year. Now you got one of the hottest offensive all of football coming in. Give me the Cowboys +3.5.
On different sides, guaranteed a winner for the listeners. That's all I gotta say. And you lean over, right?
I think it's high. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but would I be shocked if it's, 27-24 and it goes 51? 28-24, that's 52. So, not for nothing, the Giants scored a ton of points on this defense. We just saw Green Bay score 31. I'm gonna say Dallas scores 24 plus on them, though. So, would I lean the over? No, but if I had to bet one or the other, I would bet the over.
Okay. All right, kid, let's get to the props, and they are brought to you by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player props markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month. And right now, you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM. 25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now. Sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25 and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Kid, trying to keep the streak going. We get there with Drake May's passing yards. Gonna take passing yards under 252 for Jared Goff. No, this is a big spot, and he's gone over this in 5 straight games, but he's only averaging 246. The way I think the game is going to go is they're going to lean heavily on the run. I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to have a big impact. And even if
he might not play.
Exactly. So that's why you got to put this in now. And my thing is, yeah, okay, Jameis Williams going to go off, right? Sam Laporta's not there. Even if Jameis Williams goes crazy and has 100 yards, that's another 152 yards he needs. Where is that coming from? Jahmyr Gibbs not going for 152 in the passing game. So I just don't see it. I think it's a high number. I know it's a good matchup against this secondary and against this defense. I just don't see it. I really don't. 252 is too high. I think he goes under. I think it's going to, and I just think it's going to be a low scoring game. I don't think they're going to ask him to do that much. So, yeah, give me Jared Goff under 252.5 passing yards.
So tell you that Cowboys defense a little better now. I was looking at Dak Prescott. His over-unders at 275. It's a little high. But look at his last 3 games. 268 passing, 4 touchdowns. 2 weeks ago, 354, 2 touchdowns. Last 3, 320, 2 touchdowns. So Dak is hot right now. This offense is flowing. I will lean over 275. I wouldn't be surprised if Dak is over 280 once again for 3 straight weeks. But my official prop of Thursday Night Football, no Amon St. Brown. I'm going to assume he doesn't play. It's 4:30 as of right now. Still hasn't been ruled he's in or not. I'm going to assume he doesn't play. We're going to go back to the well. I know our loyal listeners are going to think I'm going George Pickens over. No! Give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 35.5 receiving yards at minus 112. I'm surprised his numbers at this low, though. We saw this man just have 11 receptions just the other week. I understand they didn't go for a ton of yards, but he's your number 1 option. He might be their number 2 option, Dill, if Amon St. Brown's not ready to go. We saw Jameis Williams have his biggest game of the season last week, over 100 yards with the tutty. I think Jahmyr, if the Lions have any chance without Amon St. Brown and this offense thriving, I think Jahmyr Gibbs has to be the focal point of this offense. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 35.5 receiving yards.
Another one I really liked, and we'll talk about receiving yards, is going to be on the other team, and we hit him, I think, a few weeks ago, earlier in November against Arizona. Give me Jake Ferguson, over 36.5 receiving yards. He's averaging around 40 receiving yards per week. Per game. He had 36 last week against Kansas City, but the week before that against a really good defense in Philly, he went for 60. Against Arizona, where we hit, he went for 50. So he's literally gone over this number in 50% of the games this year. I like it. I think it's a good matchup for him. Detroit, they're middle of the pack against tight ends. I just think Dak is going to let it sling here. Again, everyone's going to be focused on George Pickens. Everyone's going to be focused on CeeDee Lamb. Jake Ferguson's going to get a few targets. He's going to get a few gains. So over 36.5 yards. I think the number is a little low. So, yeah, I like Jake Ferguson over 36.5.
I love it. I love it, Joe.
All right, those are our 2 plays, kid. Let's get talk a little NBA, kid. Giannis out 2 for 4 weeks. He has that calf strain. But before that, it's just it's crazy how he magically had that, and then right after the report that he went to management, his team has gone to management and ownership. They're trying to work out an exit plan in early February at the deadline for him to get out. Makes sense. I mean, just look how bad Milwaukee is. 10-13. I mean, they're almost on the outside looking in right now. He wants to win. It's clear. he is a top 5 player in the NBA. I just don't think there's any debate about that. You let me know. You're the NBA guru. I'm just coming from a casual standpoint. Now, selfishly, he has said he would love to play at the bright lights at the Garden. Now, I would love him. My thing is, what's the price to get him? 2 teams have been floated around, the Knicks and the Spurs. Spurs said they would love to pair him up with Wemby, and that would be dangerous. That would be and thank God the Knicks are in the East, because that would be scary if they put Giannis and Steven Castle is untouchable. If I'm San Antonio, yes, I understand you're going to have to give something to get something, but Steven Castle should be untouchable because he's one of your young guards. But you pair him up with Wemby, chill. Outside of those 2 teams, I guess my question to you, because it looks like his days in Milwaukee are nearing an end. Are there any other teams you think he wants to go to, or do you think there are any teams that are going to make an aggressive push for him outside of the Knicks and the Spurs?
Well, I'm going to throw one team. Well, I'm going to throw a couple teams out there, but one team, I pray this doesn't happen, that has players and the draft picks to do it.
Oh, no, don't say the Thunder.
If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks front office, do you understand that the OKC Thunder have the Los Angeles Clippers? Don't look too fast. Look at the Clippers' record, though, and look where they're heading for the next couple years.
Yeah, they have the 7th pick right now. They're 6-16.
Do you know OKC owns their draft picks to 2030?
Yeah, right now OKC has 2 first-round picks, including they have 4 first-round picks this year. They have the Clippers at number 7, Utah at number 9, Philadelphia at 14, Houston at 27. They have 4 first-round picks.
So, like I said, Dill, I know you didn't know this before I started speaking. That's why I was like, if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, if I want to possibly have another generational player like Giannis, who gives me the best chances to do so? I hate to say it, people, and I hope it doesn't come true.
This can't happen.
It can.
No, the league office needs to step in front.
I understand why it should. I'm with you why it shouldn't and why it can't. Let's not disagree on that. All I'm saying is, from the Bucks' perspective, name me a team who could give you more for Giannis at the moment.
Knicks.
There's no other team. So the Thunder, they got to be in the conversation because that's just 4 first-round picks this year.
Yeah,
they could give him 12. They could give him 12.
How many realistically do you think he's worth? Because what did Cat go for?
Rudy Gobert went for 5. Double.
He's worth 10 first rounders?
Rudy Gobert went for 5. Giannis is a finals MVP, top 5 player. He goes for double. 10 first round picks at the bare minimum. I'm gonna be honest, give me 8. 8 first round picks. I'm being dead ass. I want all the Clippers picks. I need that. Another team out there, I know he probably won't go there, the Brooklyn Nets.
Chill.
We have the picks. We have a top of a lot of capital. And then another team I'm going to throw out there. Just because I think they can make it happen, and let's just say Giannis doesn't want to go to the bright stage, the big stage at the Garden. Watch out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have that crazy ownership group, though, that's eager to win.
A-Rod.
You know that. They're eager to win. I wouldn't be surprised. They did it once with Rudy Gobert. If some way, somehow, they could finesse a trade and give them the draft picks for another 5, 6 first-round picks, we saw them do it for Rudy. Give up 5 first-round picks. I wouldn't be shocked if they somehow give the Bucks 8+ first round picks still. So that's I wouldn't bet on it, but we saw them do a crazy trade once. Wouldn't be surprised they do a crazy trade again. And no other team that really Golden State, everybody's really past their prime. Well, Giannis is gonna be apart in 3 years from now, 4 years
Yeah.
from now.
Yeah.
Giannis wants to go somewhere where they're a contender now and also 3-5 years from now.
Yeah, I agree. And he has some young guys to play with as well. So be very interesting. Do you agree he is dealt at the deadline?
I think this season, the 2025-2026 season, will be the last season Giannis is a Milwaukee Buck.
Which kind of sucks for the state of
Because
Wisconsin.
he's under contract regardless, so it's not like he's just gonna walk.
Yeah.
They're gonna get something back from him. It's just, are they gonna get the best trade in return, February or July? That's the question.
Yeah. It just sucks for a small market team like the Milwaukee Bucks in the Midwest.
Because the draft is in June.
It just sucks because, small market teams die for a guy like him, for a SGA. Usually they go out west or they go to the east.
I agree with you, Dill, but Giannis fulfilled everything the Bucks wanted him to.
I agree.
He brought the city a championship.
I agree.
What more could you ask? He's been there for over a decade.
No, I agree. I think it just sucks for the fan
You
base.
should grant his wish.
Yeah.
But
No, I
also
do.
take care of home and getting assets in return. It just pains me to say
Yeah.
the team with the most valuable assets
is another small market.
It's also a team with only one loss right now.
They've won 13 in a row. They're fucking crazy.
Like, if Giannis chooses to go, I think it's one or two destinations. Well, one or three. It's either the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, or the Los Angeles Lakers. I think he wants to play on the big stage, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. But I also wouldn't, I also don't honestly, I honestly wouldn't put it past Giannis going to another smaller market.
By the way, your boy Zion shut down for 3 weeks. Right abductor injury. Shocker.
Can't say I'm shocked. Man, I like Zion.
Do you though?
Yeah, because I think the number speaks for himself. When he's healthy, the kid gives you 24, 8, and 4. That's pretty damn great. At times he averages 28, 10, and 4. So
yeah,
we can't deny how good he is. It's just he can't stay on the court. At least he's trying, though. Giannis came into the season looking slim. Shit, I hope I lose as much weight as Zion lost this past summer.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
He can't stay on the court, and to me, that's his biggest fall so far in the NBA.
All right, kid. Well, we got 5 games on the slate today in the association. Your Brooklyn Nets are hosting the Utah Jazz. You guys are underdogs tonight. You going to touch that game?
Give me the +5.5 with the Brooklyn Nets. Winners are 2 straight. Who the hell are the Utah Jazz to be laying 5.5 points in the trenches, not the benches, at the Barclays? The Jazz? Who? Come on now. Give me the Brooklyn Nets. Winners are 2 straight, +5.5 at home. And the game I will be watching before the Thursday night football, Golden State Warriors. I understand there's no Steph Curry. I'm not here for that. Shout out Steph. I hope he returns sooner than later. And the 76ers. I understand no Paul George tonight. Joel Embiid is questionable. I'm not here for that. I want to see one player only. I think he's going to demonize the fans, the front office, the coaching staff, some players. Give me Jimmy Butler over 21.5 points at -120. Still, we all know Jimmy Butler was salty at the Philadelphia 76ers, giving Tobias Harris a $140 or $60 million contract, but not him. Or $120, but not Jimmy. Looking back at now, that's a fireball offense if that man still got his job in Philadelphia. So, give me Jimmy Buckets over 21.5. Still, not for nothing. I think he's live for a 30 burger. I think we could sprinkle something on Jimmy Butler 30 burger deal.
Revenge spot.
I think he has a revenge spot here. Give me Jimmy Butler over 21.5 points.
I also think a very interesting game up in the, across the border is the Raptors. 2.5 point favorite. Raptors are good this season. Win
Yes.
total, bro, I smashed that. And 2.5 point favorite over the Lakers. Can we admit, and I'm the biggest LeBron fan. I think both of us are really big LeBron fans. But at this point in his career, he's just stat pattern. That's okay. But, like, just call it what it is. Like, he scored a point for him to have, like, consecutive games where he scores at least 10 points and then subbed himself out.
They
Like,
were down 20 at the time, too.
Yeah. He's stat pattern.
So, for the people out there, I'm going to be honest, it's hard to disagree with you on that. Just because we just saw him go out there to continue a streak while down 20.
That's crazy, bro.
You know, Bron, I ain't mad at you. I should have your I should hang your jersey because I got it. I ain't mad at you. But come on, my brother.
It's a bad looky.
You better than this, Bron. You the GOAT. You're the GOAT. High score, most points in NBA history, 4 times Finals MVP. You got robbed Defensive Player of the Year. You deserve every award. But me personally, Bron, you're above that.
Yeah.
You're above that. No Luka tonight. That's why the Lakers are underdogs.
I would take the Raptors here at home.
I think it's a tough spot. You know, you got to travel in Toronto. Maybe the food ain't the best for them there. Who knows? It's a tough spot in Toronto. I always feel like Toronto has a great home field advantage. They have great fans as well.
Yeah, I get that. All right, kid. Well, good luck in the association. Real quick before we get out of here, 2 plays in college. I got Cal State Northridge -4.5 here against Cal State Bakersfield. That's at 10 o'clock. And another 10 o'clock game on the road. Give me Cal Poly on the money line +110. They're underdogs right now. I know they're on the road taking Cal State Fullerton, but Cal State Fullerton should not be the favorite here. I get that they're home. I think Cal Poly is the better team. I think rebounding will be the difference maker here in this game. So, 2 plays for you there. I gave you 1 dog as well. Little short slate, but it's Thursday night football. We got 10 games in the NHL as well. So I'll probably dive into the NHL a little bit. But, kid, by the way, I haven't asked you in a while. How's the car?
Cool. We made some progress. Fuel system damn near done. Got to do the radiator. Got to put tires, and finish the harness. Sub harness is done. What else?
Will it be done by the new year?
I'll be honest. It's out of my control. Put it like this, if I just wanted to just drop it off somewhere and spend, whatever amount of money to finish it, it could be done this weekend. By all means. But I'd rather give that 15% to people I fuck with. So
small business owners.
Yeah. So it could be this weekend. It could be 3 weekends from now. But it's only a day or 2 worth of work left to do. So
I love
that's the bright side. That's the bright side.
That's the bright side. All right, kid. Well, good luck. Enjoy Thursday night football, everyone. Good luck on all your bets. And we will actually see you tomorrow. Friday, we'll week 14 NFL slate, and we got championship weekend. So enjoy the games, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.